kind of read a couple chapters out of my book. That'd be about 15 minutes. I'm going to use the board over here and have some fun. You ever watch Jim Rohn DVDs? He gets up and he does the whole marker thing. You can't read a word of what he's writing. That'll be me. But anyway, I was driving down this morning, trying to figure out what I was going to say. And I was listening to, do you guys know Eric Worre?
Yeah.
If you don't know, he's big time in network marketing, just joined AdamPackard a few months ago and tearing it up. And he sent me his program, which is called Network Marketing Pro, or How to Go Pro. And a couple things that I was listening to, it just kind of hit home. I'm always working on ways that I can, improve myself and help my team. And one of the things he talked about, just in one of the first couple CDs, we talked about how he had 18 jobs in 4 years before he started working in network marketing. Can you imagine having 18 jobs in 4 years, how bad you have to be? But one of the first things he said was, things are changing. Obviously, we know that with the economy and job security. I mean, he said that no longer are jobs secure. You guys agree with that, right? And people, still go to work and they fall back on that job thinking this is going to, provide for me and my family. He was saying the only thing that's secure now is having your own business, doing something that's completely yours. So if you're tied to somebody else, even if you like what you do, it's so good to have something on the side. Whether you're looking to do this very part-time, full-time, plan B, whatever it might be, it's so good to have something that you can fall back on if you need to. And so, I knew that message, but to share that with other people, when you're talking to people about this business, just tell them, hey, this doesn't need to be your plan B. This is going to be something that you fall back on. I know with Jeannie, this was her plan B. She was able to fall back on this. With Paul, it was the same way. And we hear these stories over and over again. Thank God for Send Out Cards. And we have this message to share with people, so it's so important to get that message out. I can go on a tangent, so I'm going to kind of keep moving on here. But one thing that he also talked about was companies now are trying to figure out a way to cut costs, right? They're trying to figure out a way to do more with less. Would you agree with that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. They want you to work for less money and work longer hours, right? They're laying people off that aren't performing. He says the way things are going is it's going to be people who are going to be paid for performance. They're not going to be paid a salary to show up at work. They're going to be paid maybe a small base. He said like $12,000 a year, which who can live off $12,000 a year? And he said the rest of it's going to be earned. You're going to be paid for performance. And he says, well, why would you go work for somebody else, pay for performance, and not get 100% of that? Why would you not be part of a network marketing company? And this is why Chuck said 90% of people should be in network marketing. Why would you not, if you're going to get paid for performance, why not have it all go to you? And I was thinking, wow, what a great concept. And you see how that's going in that direction. Jobs are being outsourced. They're trying to cut costs any way they can. And if you're not performing, then you're expendable. And it kind of just hit home when I heard that. So what I wanted to share was, obviously my title of the talk I was going to do is Stay the Course. Obviously some of the stuff I'm talking about is all tied into lessons I learned in this journey and moving forward and growing as we go. But one of the main things I see a lot of people miss, I'm going to draw a couple things up here now. Hopefully you guys can see this. All right, I'm not much of an artist. Whenever we play Pictionary, I always lose. All right, so I'm going to draw a couple things. You guys tell me if you can know what this is. So this is supposed to be
the ocean.
Oh, nice. That was that easy, right? Awesome. I'll put a little tree here.
That looks like your handwriting.
My handwriting is awful. All right, so what is this?
Iceberg.
Iceberg. Very good. All right, we got another one over here. What is this? That's the ground. Okay, so you guys caught that pretty quick. So we have an iceberg and we have roots. What is this? What do they have in common? Most of it is below the surface. Someone mentioned the book The Slight Edge. The Slight Edge is one of my favorite books. If you haven't read The Slight Edge, read it. If you've read it again. If you read it a couple times, read it again. Because every time you read a book, you pick up something new. So I reread The Slight Edge. Would you guys agree with that?
Yes.
So I reread The Slight Edge, and it talks about your philosophy and your attitude. It's awful, isn't it? Leads to your actions, and that leads to your results. Do you guys agree with that?
Yep.
So what I see with most people in this business is they come in and they focus here. They always want to know, how do I do this business? What do I say? Where do I meet people? Do you guys hear these questions over and over again? Okay? What I'm here to tell you is this is 10% of the business. Why is that 10%? 90% of this business is between your ears. It's getting your mindset right. It's having the right attitude. It's having the right philosophy. You know, when I remember a conference call that Jordan did a couple of years ago, or a year ago, and he said he had 50,000 distributors at that point. And he said, it's a good start. Different mindset, right? Versus someone that gets in and says 24 people is a lot of people. Okay? It's all mindset. So what I kind of want to illustrate here is, you know, we always focus on the actions, the how-to. The how-to is simple in this business. What I really think is a key to having people stay the course and really keep moving forward in this business is, number one, think long-term, but focusing on the stuff below the surface. The stuff that you don't see every day. You know, the personal development, you're working on yourself every single day, working on your mindset. If you're doing these things every day and you're working on yourself, do you think that's going to help give you better actions? Absolutely. Do you think if you have a bad morning and then you have a presentation to 10 people, that presentation is going to go well? Do you think they can feel that energy of you having a bad morning? It carries over into everything. Or lack of energy. So, you know, an iceberg, the root system of a tree goes down, and you don't see someone plant a tree. Let's say planting the tree is just getting your business started. Okay? The root system takes time to grow. Would you guys agree with that?
Yep.
You have to water it, you have to fertilize it, you have to give it time. You know, we talk about time in this business. You know, you have to give it enough time to succeed. You don't plant this tree, let the roots grow a little bit, and go over here and plant another tree and see if this one grows faster. You have to you have to give it some time. I like to compare this to like building a house. You build a foundation, right? You need the foundation before you can build the structure. But when the structure is done, you don't invite over all your friends for your open house to show them the foundation. You invite them over to show you what the results are. But if you don't have that foundation in place, then you can't have a strong, have a good house on top of it. Does that make sense? Okay. The cool thing about our business is you can always be working on the foundation. Okay? With this, there's not much you can do. You know, with building a house, you build the foundation once, you can't really add to it unless your house is falling down and you need to, you know, put some support under there. But with our business, you're always working on this stuff. So even if you've been in for a year, 2 years, 5 years, I consider every day that I'm in this business my first day. Because past results don't dictate future results. You know, I'm moving forward, you know, and I've learned lessons that, you know, I took some breaks and didn't work as hard as I could have. As stretches, I'll be the first to admit it. But I learned from that, and I realized that, and I move forward. But I come back to basics. And for me, basics is not focusing on doing a walkthrough and making phone calls. I know that. We all know what to do. It's not that difficult to pick up the phone and call a friend and say, I've got a great business. I'd love to just show you what I do. Is that hard to do? No. Do we all do it? No. But it's not hard. We would all agree on it, okay? So the actions are very, very simple. The key, I think, in this business, if you want to think long-term, is to work on your philosophy, to work on your mindset, to work on your attitude, and do it every single day. Because you can never, once your brain expands to past a certain point, it keeps growing. It's not going to go back to its original size. When you learn something new, your mind expands. So I'm always working on this. So how do you work on your philosophy and your attitude? Number one, you surround yourself with the right people. If you take your five closest friends, you take whatever they're making, you don't want to be the person that's making the most. You want to hang out with people that are doing better than you're doing. In all areas, not just financially, not just in outcomes. If you want to be better in a certain area, spend time with the people that are better in those areas, and they will bring you up. They'll lift you up to that level. Personal development, I think obviously reading books, listening to the CD programs, getting to events like this. You know, I had some friends, I tried to carpool and bring a whole bunch of guys down, and I just, you know, they called me last night and they said they couldn't make it, and I wish they could be here because they don't know what they're missing. If they just get one or two ideas, I don't know why I don't say it, sometimes I do. If they just get one or two ideas in this business that could revolutionize, change their whole life. If someone starts making $500 a month, like Chuck says, a lot of people are struggling to come up with $500. That's really sad. We need to get more people to these events for one. But thanks, Jeff, for putting this on, because you guys that are here, you're going to go back to the people that didn't come and say, you should have been there. You need to be at the next one. Because, like I said, one or two things could change your business. So, personal development, the books, the events, surround yourself with the right people. Once you have all that in place, once your mindset is, this is an easy business. Everybody I talk to loves this program. Everybody I talk to has $500, and you believe it because you've been working on that mindset over and over and over again. That will lead to better actions. And then the slide edge talks about, okay, well, these actions, we know they're easy to do, but they're not simple. We don't always do them every single day. So consistency, we talk about time, we talk about consistency. But in the slide edge model, he says you need to do these things consistently over time. The challenge with network marketing is we get in, and let's say we work an hour, we're not going to get paid an hour. We might not see the results of what we do for 6 months, for a year. And a lot of people get in and they work their tails off for the first 6 months, and they're making $200 a month residual, which Chuck showed you need $48,000 in the bank to produce that. Those numbers are amazing. I love sharing that stuff with people because they don't understand the power of residual income. But people get in and they expect the results right away. We live in that, you know, instant gratification society where we want to see the results of it right now. Unfortunately, network marketing exposes those people more than anything. You know, you can work this business for 6 months, do the small activities every single day, but if you don't give it enough time, you saw the law of numbers. I mean, after 7 months in this business, you had like 16 people, but at 12 months, you had 4,000. You see the compound effect? You know, the slide edge curve, you're either, you know, we're all on this curve. You're either going up the curve or you're going down the curve. You're never just staying the same. So the activities that you're doing every single day, are they taking you up the success curve or down the failure curve? It's, you know, we all have challenges and we're all off course, you know, most of the way, but as long as you recorrect and keep moving forward, then you're on the right track. But the slide edge shows you that, you know, activities over time, you're slowly going up, and then all of a sudden, you saw the chart, it just takes off. And you'll have this happen in your business where it feels like you're working it all by yourself. Maybe that's 2-3 years. It might be. It just depends on the people you bring into your business. There's no one model that will take you to the top in a certain amount of time. You just never know. But doing the slide edge activities will lead you up that curve faster. If you start doing the wrong activities, then you're going down the wrong way. But you don't see that you're going down the wrong way until you do it 3-4 years, and then you're 3-4 years into your business wondering why it hasn't taken off. And so these are little things that people that are successful in this business do. Like Chuck said, that we've just been in longer. Yes, we've been in longer, but we've also been really consistent with our activities. You know, we go to all the events. You know, we go to all the conventions. You know, do I do a gift account every day? Not every day. I try like well to. I'm working to do this every single day. Some days are better than others. But I know that my slide edge activities will take me up that curve. So things to focus on. How am I doing on time? 2 minutes. Okay, wow. Things to focus on in this business. You know, there's things that will take you up the curve or things that will take you down the curve. Things that have helped me. Number one, where you focus your time. Focus, I think, is so key in this business. Has anybody ever signed up someone in this business and they thought they were going to be a superstar and then they never show up? Okay? Do you focus on that person or do you focus on the person that came with you today here? Okay? So I got stuck, you know, this last year. I had a couple people on my team, senior managers, even an executive, kind of give up a little bit. And as a senior executive, it's deflating to you and your business when you have team members that you've been working with for a couple of years that, you know, decide, hey, I'm not making what I think I should be making, and they move on to something else, thinking the grass is always greener. Grass isn't always greener. They just put themselves back here at the beginning of that curve in some of the business, where they were right here, ready to go up. Okay, so where do you choose to spend your time? Where do you choose to focus your time? The little things are the big things. I think I heard this from either Randy Gage or Todd Falcone or Jordan. The little activities are the big activities, meaning, the card a day, the gift a week, presentation every single day. All the stuff we know we should be doing every single day, the daily 8 activities. Those are the little things. The big things are, my next door neighbor knows this guy that has 6,000 real estate offices in Europe, and we're going to sign up all 6,000 real estate offices. Great. Work on that on the side. Keep doing the little stuff. Don't forget the little stuff. The little stuff gets you there. The big stuff is nice if you hit a home run every once in a while. I'd rather take 10 singles. Yep. Okay? I'd rather have the person that shows up at the meeting than the superstar. I've got a Kathy Ireland in my downline. It's pretty cool, but she doesn't do anything. I mean, it's cool to have a name. I'd rather have someone that's here that puts me in front of 3 people that we can get started in this business. Kathy's great, but she's not out there showing the presentation to her friend. Sorry, just not working that way. I tried to do a 3-way. No, wait, that's wrong. That's a bad conversation. I'm just kidding. Man. So really, choose where you spend your time. The focus is key. And The Slight Edge is a book, I'm just kind of taking some stuff from this, but it really applies to our business. Because people get in, you need to teach them this stuff, that in network marketing, you don't get paid what you're worth. In the beginning, you are severely underpaid for what you're doing. You need to know that. You need to teach that. You need to let people know that, hey, people are not going to call you back sometimes. People are not going to show up when you think they're going to show up. And how you react to that is how you're going to move forward in this business. It's 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. And so if you want to be successful in this business, you have to do the little things, you have to think long term, and you have to surround yourself with the right people. And when you do that, that will take you along the success curve and get you to where you want to go. So we all have challenges in this business. I know Jeff will share that, my dad, DeMar. We all have challenges, we all have frustrations. The longer you're in this business, you're just going to have different frustrations and different challenges. It's just a matter of how you deal with them, how you handle them, and how you move on. So I think that's my buzzer that I'm on.